Hello! In this one, I'm going to show you how you can do keyword research using SEMrush, which is a premium SEO tool. If you have not watched the earlier videos at the start of this course, specifically the videos in the niche research section, then please go back and watch that, as although this is a premium tool, as I actually show you how you can get access to this tool for completely free for 14 days. So once you have access to SEMrush, all you need to do is literally enter in the keyword you want to target. So following suit of the same niche, I'm going to enter best table saw, hit return, and then carry out a search. And as you can see, it returns tons of data all related to my search term. The first thing you need to do is make sure you have the right database selected. So as I'm targeting the US, I want to make sure I have United States here. As you can see, the total search volume for this keyword in the US is 5,400. If I change that database to UK, just to give you some context, you can see it has a drastic impact. So it's gone down to 600. So please make sure you have the right database selected. Once you've done that, you want to scroll down and go to keyword variations. And as you can see, there is almost 2,800 keyword variations for the best table saw. So we can go ahead and give this a click, and it's going to give us a more detailed breakdown of what all of those keywords are. So it's kind of similar to what we saw on the Google Keyword Planner. If you remember, I typed in best table saw in a few previous videos, and it listed out lots and lots of different keywords. However, the beauty of using SEMrush over a free option such as Google Keyword Planner is that, number one, it actually gives you data on how many times a keyword gets searched for every single month. I know my account does actually show that as well, but that is because I've spent about over £10,000 on ads on this account. If you are using a brand new account, then it's not going to show you this data. It's going to literally just show you generic ranges like this. For example, you can see best yoga mat has a search volume of roughly 10,000 to 100,000 searches a month, which is quite broad, 1,000 to 10,000. So hopefully you get the idea here. When you use a premium tool, you don't have to worry about any of those limitations. It will tell you exactly how many times it gets searched for a month. Another benefit of using a tool such as SEMrush is that the filters on the left-hand side, what we call our keyword clusters, actually work. So we have literally almost 2,800 keywords here. All of these keywords vary greatly in intent. For example, this one is just in relation to best table saws. This one is just about best portable table saws. So SEMrush nicely has a filter option on the left-hand side that breaks these keywords down into clusters. Again, clusters is pretty much just a group of similar keywords. However, the great thing about SEMrush is that these filters actually work. If I go ahead and click portable, for example, you can see now it's only showing me keywords related to portable saws. If you compare that to what we had on the Google Ads interface, if I go back to tool, untick all of these and go for the portable filter right here, you can see it shows me one portable table saw keyword, but the rest aren't really related to portable, such as cheap table saw, best table saw blade. So you can get lots of really weird keywords which don't really meet your topic. So SEMrush does a much better job at clearing all of that up. And as it does a better job of clustering your keywords, you don't actually have to go through the manual process of clustering your keywords. If you remember, we had a master tab. We literally copied in all of these keywords and then we added some filters, went through it manually, and then copied those keywords across onto a cluster tab. However, as SEMrush does all the clustering for us already, we can literally go to portable, go to our cluster, and we can export data from just that specific tab. So make sure you have this group selected, which we have 168 keywords. I'll go for a CSV file, and then I can open that up and see all my keywords related to that cluster. So again, we only need the first two columns. We need keyword and the monthly searches. All the other stuff can be completely ignored. So go ahead and copy that, go back to our keyword cluster. And what I'm going to do is obviously just go ahead and add this to this tab like so. So I'm not going to replace the data that I have from the Google Keyword Planner. Just going to add this to the bottom. I'm then just going to go back to the top and tidy this up a little bit. We've got different font sizes. I do like to make sure all my fonts are the same and the same size. But this is pretty much the process. You search for your keyword on SEMrush, you find the clusters on the left-hand side, you then export the keywords and add the keyword clusters on the specific keyword cluster tab. Now, you don't have to do this for every tab you see on SEMrush. For example, if I go to 10, this probably relates to the inches of the blade. Yep, best 10-inch table saw. If you have no intention for creating pages and content on your website about the best 10-inch blade, maybe you just want to focus on specific clusters for whatever reason, then of course you can ignore those. Although typically speaking, you are going to want to make sure you go ahead and do the most popular clusters for your topic to ensure you cover the complete niche and you have the most amount of relevancy possible. You are going to note as well that a lot of these keywords towards the bottom have very low search volumes. For example, all of these keywords here have a search volume of 0, which is obviously very, very low. So you don't have to copy all of these across into your master sheet if you don't want when you export the data. You can just copy the ones that have actual search volume. So if I go back to my keyword research sheet, if I scroll down, you'll see there are a lot of keywords towards the bottom which apparently don't have monthly search volume, although I wouldn't pay too much attention to this as search volume is going to vary depending on where you are viewing the data. Let me give you an example. If I go back to SEMrush and if I go to the keyword overview, you can see for the keyword best table saw, SEMrush says it has 5,400 searches a month in the US. If I go back to Google data, you can see that the best table saw, based on the same database of United States, that has a monthly search volume of 6,600. Now, it's typically the same with other keywords as well. For example, if you search for hybrid table saw, it has 1,900 searches as per Google's data, which of course is going to be the most accurate as this is a source of all the information. Compare that to the data in SEMrush. Hybrid table saw says it has 1,600 searches. So 1,600 searches on SEMrush, compare that to Google, 1,900 searches. So it's 300 searches less. So this is a good thing, of course, as we're pretty much underestimating the potential of our keywords and our income potential for our websites as well. But typically speaking, the data you see in Google Ads is going to be more accurate than what you see on these third-party tools. But either way, they're not too far off. And lastly, I just want to add that it's not just keyword variations you want to be looking at when you're doing your keyword research. You also want to be taking a look at the related keywords as well, as you can often find some really good gems in there. Related keywords are pretty much as it sounds, keywords related to your main search term. So that is it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video.